Didn't see you there. Come with me, and we're gonna go on a journey as we show you the tower. I'm gonna be showing you the layout of the tower, some things you can say at the top of the slides, and make sure that you know the rules for each slide. Let's go. This is Flash Flood. Now, for those of you that are returners, Flash Flood's rules have changed a little bit, so make sure you're paying attention. Flash Flood now, instead of being 48 inches, you have to be 42. So, what does this mean for life jackets? Well, it's just like cave-in and mudslide. Between 42 and 48, you must be wearing a life jacket. Come with me. Flash Flood. Here are some things that you can say to send people down the slide. First, lay flat on your back. Cross your arms and cross your legs. On your mark, get set, go. Say it with me now. Cross your arms, cross your legs, lay flat on your back. On your mark, get set, go. But how do you know when to send the people down? Well, in between the slides, there's a little area. The guard down at the bottom will give you a nice thumbs up. In return, you'll send them a thumbs up back. Now let's say only one person is going down. Instead of doing 2 thumbs up, you're gonna do 1, so that they know which slide they're coming out of. So, let's continue our journey to Mudslide Gorge. Now this is Mudslide Gorge. Come on. Now Mudslide Gorge is a tube slide, and it is the only tube slide on this level of the tower. So, just like Flash Flood, they have to be at least 42 inches. Now if they're between 42 and 48, they must wear a life jacket. Now usually, on this level of the tower, we have life jackets right here. So you'll just run over, grab one, put it on the little kid, right? Pretty easy. Now, also with this slide, it is a tube slide. So the heaviest person will sit in the front of the tube, whereas a little child will sit in the back. Now, this is for health reasons, safety reasons, so make sure you clarify that if people try and get upset with you. So now when you're doing mudslide, you're gonna stand here in the middle so that you can keep the tubes from going down by themselves. With mudslide, you want to count to about 10 to 15 seconds to set people down the slide. So set this side down, 1, 2, 3, 10. Other side. Now it does kind of rain down right here with cave-in, so you're gonna want to stand here to avoid getting wet. Don't sit on here like this. It doesn't work. So yeah, this is Mudslide Gorge. Just kidding, we're not quite done with mudslide. What are you gonna say when you send people down mudslide? Just say, keep your butt up, hold on tight to the tube, tuck your chin at all times. Pretty easy, right? Let's go. Welcome to Avalanche, the third and final slide on the first tier of the tower. Here it is. It's kind of like a racing game, right? Except this one is a mat slide. So everyone will have a mat they'll lay down in their areas. What you're gonna want to tell them is keep their elbows on the mat, lay down flat, and exit walking straight off the slide. Don't exit to the sides or step over the lines. Pretty easy. So for example, if I was starting off Avalanche, I'd say, all right, everybody, keep your elbows on the mat, lay down flat, and exit by walking straight off. On your mark, get set, go. Not gonna make you say it with me this time, but pretty easy. So let's talk rules. Same with Flash Flood and Mudslide. They have to be at least 42 inches to go down Avalanche. But between 42 and 48, do not have to wear a life jacket. This is because there is no splashdown that is super deep at the bottom of Avalanche. So, also another thing, no lap riders on any of the slides that I just went over. The only lap riding slides that we have are in Tadpole Pond. Nothing on the tower. Any questions? Let's go. Now welcome to the second tier of the tower, which is Shotgun Falls and Cave-In. Let's dive in. So, this is Cave-In, probably our most popular slide here at the park. Very similar to Mudslide. Child has to be at least 42 inches, but if they're between 42 and 48, they must wear a life jacket. So, where are the life jackets up here, you ask? They'll be right here, in case anyone is wondering. So, like I said, it's very similar to Mudslide. The heaviest person in the tube will sit in the front, the lightest will sit in the back. This one, you're gonna wanna stand right here because the water is flowing, okay? You don't want those tubes to fly away. Now, you're gonna count 10 to 15 seconds, maybe even 20 if they're a bunch of high school kids that are trying to mess around. Same thing, tell them butts up, tuck your chin to your chest, and hold on tight. Then you'll just pull them, count, 15, pull them, count. Pretty easy, right? Any questions? Okay, let's move on. Now welcome to Shotgun Falls, my personal favorite slide. It's right here on the tower. Now there's a couple different things here about Shotgun Falls. Now this one you have to be 48 inches. You can't be 42, which isn't even marked on here. You have to be 48. And this is a double tube only slide. No single tubes, okay? They get caught down there. So for shotgun, you're gonna be standing right here. This way the water doesn't push the people down while you're waiting for them to get out. Now, like I said, heaviest person in the front, smallest in the back. And you're gonna say, okay, everyone, keep your butts up, tuck your chin to your chest, and hold on tight. When you get to the bottom, exit to the right. This way we don't have any people walking over in front of the guard at the bottom's view. Now the guard at the bottom will have two flags, one for free fall, one for shotgun falls. Now shotgun falls of course will be pink because that is the color of the slide. When you see them raise the flag, give them a thumbs up, send down the next people. Not too bad. Let's move on. Now, we're not moving on because I forgot a thing. With shotgun falls, you have to have two people in a double tube. Now with cave-in and mudslide and boomerang, you can have one person in a double tube. Not the same here. Has to be two people in a double tube. No questions asked. Now welcome to every teenage boy's favorite part of the park, the third tier of the tower. This is home to Skybreaker, Jagged Edge, and Freefall. Now, let's dive right into these slides. When working the top of the tower, you'll have two people, one here, one there. Now when you're working Skybreaker and Jagged Edge, the rules are the same. Keep your elbows on the mat, lay down flat, exit by walking to the outsides of the slides. You don't want them walking on the insides because again, it'll block the lifeguard at the bottom. So you're gonna say, for example, say one person's going at Skybreaker at once. You say, all right, keep your elbows on the mat, lay down flat, and exit to the left of the slide. You're good to go. Same thing with shotgun falls and free fall, is there'll be two flags at the bottom, blue and yellow. And when they raise the blue, that means Skybreaker's clear, you can send someone down, give them a thumbs up. You're gonna do a thumbs up for each side, because you know, what if only one is going at a time? So, say the yellow flag is up, I'm gonna go like this, because it means I'm sending someone down Jagged Edge. And now with these two slides, the rules, they have to be 48 inches for anything on the top of the tower. Can't be 42 inches. We'll have something up here you can measure them with, but I'll mention that later. Good question though, from the crowd.
Dude, what if they're fat?
Okay, so weight, right? Haven't talked weight at all. What is the maximum weight for a single tube? 300, right? So, what about a double tube? 400. Can't be 400 and above. Has to be 399. So make sure you're weighing people on their slides. If you're a little scared and you see someone that's heavier coming in your line, start weighing the people before them so they understand you're gonna be weighing people. We're gonna have a scale at the top of the tower and one on every level of the tower, at least at every slide. So any questions about weighing, just make sure you do it. Can be scary at times, but you got it. Same with up here. They have to be at least 300 pounds. Or at the most 300 pounds. Don't quote me on the at least part. At the most 300 pounds. They can't be more than that. So make sure you are weighing people because it is a hazard. Great. It'll just look great. Welcome to Freefall. This is everyone's favorite slide. So with Freefall, it is a mat slide, which I forgot to mention. All three of these slides are a mat slide, or they can go on their backs. Now, if someone's going on their backs for any of these slides, you're gonna say, all right, lay flat on your back for me, cross your arms, cross your ankles, you're good to go. Now with Freefall, same thing, keep your elbows on the mat, lay down flat, exit to the left. Because like we went over with Shotgun Falls, orange flag at the bottom, they're gonna have to exit to the left so they're not going in the middle in between the two slides. So, must be 48 inches, okay? No 42s. They have to be this tall. Can't be this tall, this tall. Same with the weight as well, they have to be 300 pounds. Nothing above, has to be below. No, they don't have to. Okay, so I kind of messed that up, but it's okay. They don't have to be 300 pounds. They can't be over 300 pounds, okay? No 301s, no 300.5s, 299, okay? 299.5 is pushing it, just under 300, okay? No above. Any questions on this tower? All right, let's go to the next tower. One thing we forgot to mention, water bucket. Now that is the position between avalanche and cave-in. Now you may think water bucket is kind of a dumb position. It's actually super important because this metal floor gets super hot on super hot days. It's super hot right now actually. So your job is to get the ground wet with a water bucket so that people's feet aren't burning and to also control the crowds. Sometimes that cave-in line can get really long, so you have to make sure that they're staying out of the way of everyone else. So water bucket is super important. Now if the person who's coming in to rotate flash flood is kind of late, the person at the top is antsy, water bucket can leave the bucket here and go rotate cave-in. But that is only on that's only if the person for flash flood is late. Let's go. Okay, so welcome to our second tower. Now, when you come off your break after free fall, you're gonna come over here. Your first stop will be Boomerang. But before you go up to Boomerang, there'll be a special tube down here for lifeguards only. You're gonna take that up with you so that when you rotate to Vortex Bowl, the person at Vortex has a way to get down. Let's go. Okay, welcome to Boomerang. So, Boomerang and Vortex are both 48 inches and above slides only. No 42, nothing in between 42 and 48, 48 only. Now with Boomerang, I know it's a little scary, we'll have you harnessed in over here, so pretend I'm wearing the harness. You're gonna have to stand right here. This way the water doesn't push people down while people are still on the slide. So, you're gonna sit here, heaviest person will be in the front, smallest will be in the back, just like every other slide, right? Now we're gonna move on to Vortex, which will be different. We'll talk about that in a second. So, heaviest in the front, shortest in the back. You're gonna stand like this, you're gonna say, all right, keep your butts up, tuck your chins to your chest and hold on tight. And then, you'll send them down. Now, there is no bottom guard for this one, so you do have to sit and watch and wait for everyone to walk out of the slide before you send out the next group. Any questions? Now, this slide is one of the slides where you have a double tube and you're a single person. You can go down the slide. They just have to be sitting in the front hole of the tube, just like Cave-In and Mudslide. Let's go. Just kidding, pranked you, we're not going. So, Boomerang is a little special because this is the only slide where two people can sit in a double tube and face each other. A lot of people like to do this, so it's kind of a surprise when you're going back and forth on the slide. It's actually kind of fun. So remember, this is the only slide that they can face each other on. Question?
Can they both sit backwards?
No, they cannot both sit backwards. But that is a great question from the back. So just make sure they're either facing each other or they're both facing forward. Now let's go. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, welcome to Vortex. So Vortex has two spots. One of you will be up here, one of you will be in the slide, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So, when you're working Vortex, you're gonna wanna stand right here, okay? So this way the water doesn't push the people down the slide again while other people are on the slide. So same thing, but this one, like I said, is different. The heaviest person will sit in the back on Vortex. The smallest will be in the front. Like I said, 48 inches only. Remember, both of these slides have the weight limit, so they have to be at least, they don't have to be at least 300 pounds. Single riders, 300 pounds, doubles, no more than 400, no more than 399, okay? Question in the back.
How important is weight on this one?
This one is very important for weight, okay? Weight is important on all of them, but this one is super, super important. Because of the turns on Vortex, it can cause a lot of injuries. So when we're talking to people on the slide, you're gonna say, all right, you guys keep your butts up, tuck your chins to your chest and hold on tight. And most importantly, don't lean into the turns. And then you're gonna send them on their way. That's only after you get confirmation from the guard inside the slide. They'll give you a quick thumbs up. They'll be standing right there, right there. They'll give you a thumbs up. You'll give them a little thumbs up back. Send them on their way. All the tower rules, but there are two spots on the tower rotation that are not a part of the tower, and that is River 3 and River 4. So this is River 3. Usually there are some X's and duct tape on the ground that you'll see where you should be roving, but this is a roving position. You'll be walking back and forth the whole time you're on this rotation. Make sure you're scanning your water effectively because people could drown or there could be some audits here at the river, so make sure you're watching. So, you need to rove effectively, correct? You can't just walk forward like this, walk backward like this. You have to be looking side to side the whole time. So, everyone has their own unique way of doing it. I like to do karaoke, I like to walk like this, and like this, to make sure I'm roving all areas of the water effectively. So, find what works best for you and use it. Because you can't just walk straight, you can't just walk straight back. You have to make sure you're looking back and forth at all times. So, one extra thing about the river. People can't just run and jump in the river right here. They have to use the entrances. They can't just hop out or hop in on the sides anytime that they like. Same with the wave pool. No flipping tubes, no being rowdy, no extra toys. It's supposed to be a lazy, calm river for a reason. So yeah, just keep it safe. Now, we've journeyed into the jungle, where River 4 will be taking their spot in the rotation. It is that white chair deep within the trees. You can't see it, right? It's okay, we'll show you a better vantage point of where you can see River 4. So, how do you get to River 4? It's a question that people usually ask. This requires you to get in the water. So you'll jump in the water right there, travel into our lovely rainforest, and hop back out where the chair is. So, I hope you've had a great time with me today on this tower tour and giving you the rules and what to say as you're working the tower rotation. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the supervisors or message Krista and Taylor on when to work. We hope to see you soon.